Okay, well, as you can see, I'm not one of the models. My name is Robert, and I'd just like to tell everybody how thankful and grateful we are to have been invited here today to do Nordstrom Live. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to one of the stars of the show today, the Barakett tea. I would probably not be here today if it weren't for a man in Hawaii some 20 years ago who declared that Fridays would be casual Friday. 20 years is not a long time ago, and back then it was a big deal to dress casual on that one day of the week. And here we are today where it's casual every day. 20 years, some odd years ago. T-shirts were a real kind of ho-hum shirt. I mean, there's nothing special to them. The fabrics are really ordinary. And I thought to myself, well, why can't we take this T-shirt and make it something a little more special than it was? Something that you not just wear on a Saturday afternoon, but maybe Saturday night. And so the idea was to elevate the T-shirt and make it into something a little more special than it was. Another thing I'll tell you about myself is I love music, but I know that although I love music, I would be a horrible conductor because I would only want to listen to one instrument at a time, hear one note at a time that would sing to me. And that's how I design my collection, with only one design detail that speaks for every garment. So whether it's the vintage wash that brings the fabric to life and accentuates the stitches on the shoulder, or the neck trim, or the collar, or a simple open collar polo, or a very subtle jacquard detail in the fabric, it's just that one detail that sings to me. Thank you. And all the prints that you'll be getting this season are all this way very, very subtle. I like to say that they whisper to you, they don't scream at you. Or our linens, very, very subtle colorations. There's nothing crazy and nothing wild about them. I came across, when I was in Peru a couple of years ago, I found a factory who was able to develop this treatment with, and it's pretty cool. What we do is we cut and sew the shirt in a light purple color, and then once the shirt is sewn, we turn it inside out and put it on an inflatable mannequin. An inflatable mannequin that, once inflated, stretches all the creases and wrinkles out of the fabric, expands it, and then we go around the shirt and spray it with a dark ink. So when you turn the shirt right side out, what you get is this very irregular coloration, a cloudy coloration, which is, again, that one design detail that sings to me and hopefully will sing to you as well. For the next part of our presentation, I'd like to ask Heather Hoganson to join me up here on stage.
Now, I've worked and known Robert for more than 20 years, and no matter where he goes or what he's doing, he always carries this with him. He carries with him a very little tape measure. We'll be at a formal event. Robert has his tape measure. We go out to dinner, he's measuring napkins, he's measuring stitch details on tablecloths. Whenever inspiration strikes, Robert is always at the ready. He doesn't need a vacation. He just has an extreme attention to detail and is immensely passionate about what he does. Now, before I push my luck, I'm going to go sit down until you need me again.
I thought to myself one day, well, can I make clothing that gives me that same comfortable feeling that I have when I'm eating that steaming bowl of soup? And like I did a couple of weeks ago, when I went to a flight to Paris, put on this lounge knit, and it just felt so comfortable, and I knew that I felt and looked right when I got on the plane. I knew that I looked and felt right when I got off the plane, and trust me, nothing felt better for those 8 hours that I was on the plane. Like this shape memory fabric. It's a super lightweight fabric, and the great thing about it is that you can fold a shirt and pack it in your suitcase. You can just take it out and unfold it, and it'll look just as good as it did before you packed it. To prove my point, I have 3 other bomber jackets here on the stage somewhere, and so we have one jacket, we have 2 jackets, and we have 3 jackets. Not so easy to shake out, but when you do, pull it out and shake it out, within a few seconds, it looked just like it did before you packed it, and that's shape memory fabric. And I've been on a mission to find a linen that doesn't have that I just slept in it look, but that's actually wearable linen. And I developed this linen, just the perfect blend where you keep all the properties that you love about linen, but you don't have the hard creases that linen has. So the fabric crinkles, but it doesn't wrinkle. Our hoodies, it's a very cleanly designed hoodie, and the same soft fabric that you just want to wrap yourself in, and hopefully it'll become your favorite garment. And we are in a bit of a conundrum because we have a blue shirt that we're shipping in December, and the problem we have is we can't decide what name to give the color.
Okay, all those in favor of Blue Moon? All those for blue suede shoes? Okay, good.
That was good.
Yeah, okay. You ready? Light blue!
We
I think we have a winner.
We had no idea. But thank you all for helping us vote on the color that we'll be shipping this December, and looking forward to a great spring 2019.